Cerberus tool. We have amortized schedule and also depreciation schedule. So I did this update all day long, searching, going, looking, interrogating, But we have this before, right? This is just an upgrade of what it is, and I changed kind of the order. And as depreciation have different methodology, so I'm gonna have maybe to create amortized schedule for loans aside, mostly mortgages, and an amortized schedule maybe for something else, credit, for instance, or any kind of debt, right? But here I have an amortized schedule for mortgage and also a depreciation schedule with the straight line methodology, right? So that's the all things. So we're gonna have to use the cost, for instance, of the equipment, and then we're gonna have, for instance, the salvage salvage value and iterating the useful time to be able to find what we want. So I'm gonna log in here. This is my username. I wanna put my fingerprint on my computer. So I'm not an illegal person entering platforms, whatever is my own platform, and I use fingerprint on my laptop, right? 100% legit. So, and then the second, we're gonna go to amortize. Now, don't care about design too much. Design, I'm gonna have to hire designers, mostly a company that just do design. But what I want is to write the algorithm that operate beyond what you name the operative code when it come. A designer don't know what is an amortized schedule. Sometimes you don't even know what is a schedule. A designer don't know what is a depreciation. So I have to code that. So designer will come to do the design. So I'm gonna plug it to what I want. I don't know if you get the drill. That's the whole spirit here. The designer don't care about it, but it works. So I'm gonna go on amortize. And here we have a amortized schedule for a mortgage loan, and this take 30 days. 30 days initial date. You haven't taken the date. Open probably to be today, right? You take the day of today, because I'm opening the schedule today, and we take the initiation, right? And these all things, when you do like this, I'm gonna have after finish it, I'm gonna have to store it. This is a showcase because after you build an entire software, all the time the guy work out someone loan, he finish, he go to storage. There is a storage, and then on the storage when he get out, there is a way to find a listing of all loan and how they amortize. So the guy have to wait just for payment. And all payment matches, those kind of things. But this is a demonstration. So we have an amortized schedule of, for instance, is no 300,000. You have 300,000. Annual rate is 5%. It could be different, but I put 5%. And you have the schedule, which is the term. The term on the schedule gonna give 30 days, no 30 years. And on 30 years, we're gonna have 360 numbers of payments. And the monthly rate gonna be to 0.004166667. And then we have the mortgage payment is at 1,610 and 46 cents, right? That's the whole point here. So let's say I'm gonna keep everything normal. I'm gonna change the term. Let's say it's too far 30 years, right? It's a long term payment. Let's say I'm gonna get rid of it on 5 years. So here we have 36 schedule, and they all on balance. You see okay balance, right? 35 schedule balance. You can see we have 579,764 and 35 cents. And when you see here, the loan is at 300,000, no, which is the loan value after amortization, right? And then the accrued interest or accumulated interest. So this is what you're gonna pay if you take too long, right? Well, let's say if I take it too short, no, because you see, Bank make money on interest accumulation. So you see the interest here when you take 30 years, it's close to the loan itself, right? That's where we make mistakes, right? It's close. That's where the bank also make money. You have to make mistakes, they make money. Or sometimes you have to have time. They charge you the time, you know. They give you the loan now, so you get money. Because you don't take loan to hit. Now you don't take mortgage to hit because if it take longer, you're gonna cost more money. They charge you the time. So I'm gonna take like 5 years. I'm on the schedule. Boom. So it's still unbalanced. You see, the interest actually is 39,682 only because you just take a short amount of time. People like that. I want to take a loan for for 20 years, 30 years, and then I'm gonna pay back. But the problem when you start paying back, you don't really understand what's going on. Look like something is growing. Yes, things have to grow because that's how banks make money. Uh, there's another part I'm gonna have to add how to track someone who having this kind of schedule and have been failing to pay. That's we name accrued interest, but after failure. That's also something else. So this is gonna be an entire software dedicated to amortized schedule and other kind of schedule too. But what I'm trying to say is 39,000 only something, right? And the loan value after the all payment on the schedule is gonna give the same loan you receive on your pocket. And the interest is 39. So the more you take longer, the more this kind of things you can't observe that when you go to take loan. Because I said the last time about the Bezos strategy that take loan against is holding on stock to sustain his lifestyle is totally a bad idea. It's really a bad idea. I mean, you see me on the street, maybe you won't believe me, but this is a schedule can show you it's totally a bad idea to use loan and to sustain your cost of living because loan is first dangerous. Loan need more scrutiny, and using stock is subjective because it can goes up today and tomorrow it goes down. It's not a good collateral. At least you take your collateral has 1 billion in loan, in 1 billion in stock, and you just take 1 million. I mean, if it fall, it won't go under 1 million. It's too big. It's 1 billion. It's too far. But you never know. Things happen, crashes and so on. We don't say that it's gonna happen, but it could be happening. So it's not really a good access to back those kind of things because bank need the money back. You know, that's the whole point. And they're gonna charge you interest too. They need the money back, but they charge you interest. You take the money, 30,000 back, and you have to give. If you spend 5 years, you have to give back around 40,000. You know, but if you take 60, let's say maximum I have here 64 terms, 64 terms. You take 64 term out here. Let's say 64 term out here, and then amortize, right? Look, how much schedule we have here. We have number of payment. We have 768 payment, right? And the last thing, it goes down your monthly payment from 100, no, from 1,060 dollars something. We have now 1,030. Some dollars, some hundred are gone, but you have more schedule to pay. And look, how much is interest? I'm pretty sure it's big. The interest is twice the loan. No, it's 701,000, and you have $78.35. The interest is colossal. It's colossal, right? This is colossal loan, but you're gonna have time. These are good for big purchases that's gonna give you depreciation. You can waive on a tax a lot of money because the all accumulated mortgage payment is 1 million something. Over a 300,000 loan, you're gonna have to pay in total back 1,001,078.35 dollars, right? It's 300,000 loan, right? The beautiful things, loan doesn't pay tax, right? You use it and then you pay just back. No, not really. You have no problem to with tax with loans. You borrow money. That's what people like. You borrow money. There's no tax. Who gonna get taxed here is the company, that the bank that give you the loan, because they make income using interest. So they're gonna have to pay tax. You don't have. That's why one of the reasons people like loan is because loan don't pay tax. But loan have interest when you pay them off, but can have more interest when you fail to pay them off. That's why the point is, so is and seven 100,000 7835. So it's almost twice the loan you have been taking if you take 64 months payment terms. So the loan gonna cost you twice, almost more than twice the amount you have been taking on interest. So you're gonna have 701.7835 plus 300 to pay back, bro. To pay back. You at 1,001,078.35. I make just today so I can make you to have a good observation of what I was saying about the business strategy. It's a bad idea to use a loan for your lifestyle. It's dangerous. At least you have that money to open business everywhere that's gonna make profit on a short amount of time. You amortize your loan. No, it can happen. But if you just eating, drinking, and clothing, bro, you're gonna have problems. But it's Bezos, right? Bezos have a lot of money. He can recover from that kind of things fast. And I'm pretty sure you have attorney, you have accountant that have seen that strategy. Maybe he works, but he works with Bezos kind of style, Bezos kind of income. No, not your income. No, it's totally dangerous. So to deal with it. So I'm gonna leave you the schedule here. You see how it look like? No, I'm gonna take 20 days. It's unbalanced, right? Make sure that fixed by the counting equation always have to balance. We take 20 days, 20 the term of 20 20 So we have 240 months. You see, here is somewhat acceptable. It's half the amount of the loan. You have 3,000, 300,000 on loan, and here you spend this 175,168 and 13 cents. Now, I mean, you pay the price on interest, accrued interest on the loan, almost the half, because the house is 150,000. That's 175 almost, but it's still expensive. This kind of things you take for big purchase. That's what they teach in business. You use credit for purchases that are gonna take you at least to pay back a year, 2 years. Don't go too far. Mostly a year, because you're gonna have problems, you know. Or you pay just you get the credit and you pay it right away. That means you have money. But you don't take credit because you you have money. You take credit because you don't have money. You probably have a salary, some income, but it's not enough, and you can't save right away. But remember, one thing is still dead, right? The credit, the beautiful things, you can get the money, you can pay the minimum payment. Sometimes some bank it happen to be $25. You're still having good record, but you know it's still people money that you have to pay back. Now, it give you good record to do something, but it's still people money that you have to pay back. So it avoid you to have problem. You pay the minimum payment. Depending on which credit card you have. Now, credit still dangerous too, but they don't have the same scope. Credit like, I mean, you want to buy a TV. No, you want to buy. I mean, some people use houses for it. It's still okay, but not. It's better to use loan when it comes to houses. If your house you use loan, and loan is for big purchases, not for kidding. You're gonna have big problem getting loan. So the strategy of Bezos you can see here is really dangerous for different reasons. The collateral is really subjective. The second one is documentary interest gonna be huge, really huge, right? And then you're gonna have to open businesses all corner in the world maybe to make it a lifestyle. But Jesus kind of lifestyle can make it. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you.